Okay, hi. The book that I chose was Becoming a Contagious Christian. I don't know if you can see it right. Okay, yeah, that's the book that I chose. And basically, what this book talks about is that this book talks about how to evangelize to someone. Hold on. Basically, it talks about how to evangelize to someone, what to say to someone, and how to approach them. And this book, it's a really good book. I had bought the book a long time ago, but I never had the chance to read it. So now I read it. So now I learned stuff. And what this book says is that in order to be a contagious Christian, is that we have to understand that we have to have God's love in us in order to to show God's love. We have to have God's love in us, and we also have to be committed to God, and we also have to understand that we are called to we're called to evangelize to people that don't know God, because well, that's what God calls us to do. And this book gives a formula, a simple formula, and it's HP plus CP plus CC equals MI. And what this book, what the formula means is HP meaning high potency, which meaning that we have to have a high concentration on Christ and His power and His authority, His power and His authority and influence. And what that means is that if we understand that, then we would attract people, or it would attract people to us. It has we have to show that we understand that, if that makes sense. And basically, salt, we have to be salt. And salt, what does salt do? Well, salt actually, it preserves food, and it makes us thirsty. That's why they serve peanuts at the bars, because it makes people want to buy drinks. Yeah, and okay, so that's what that is, right? High potency. That's what it means. Is that we have to be we have to understand the concentration. We have to we have to have a high concentration of God's influence within us. And then the CP, close proximity, is that we have to be close to the people that we want, the people that are lost, don't have Christ in them. We have to be close to them. And we have to, it's like the light, we have to be the light in the darkness. And yeah, so then the CC is the clear communication. We have to understand what the Word of God says, because how are you going to evangelize to someone if you don't know what the Word of God says? And the MI is the maximum impact, and what that is that at the end of it all, we have to have left an influence on them. We have to have made an impact in them so that they can get saved. And basically, that's what the book talks about. And I learned that when I did Bible school in the summer, and they would make us, well, they one of the classes was evangelism, and they had us go evangelize to people. And the one thing is that to me, I wouldn't, I would think in my head, no, I'm not gonna go talk to that one, to him, because he looks like he knows God. Or I'm not gonna talk to her because, well, I don't think she needs it. And no, that's not right. Sometimes I think no, they don't matter. To me, they don't matter, but to God, they do matter. And that's one thing that I learned, is that the lost people do matter to God. And the other thing that I learned is that we have to to evangelize. It's not well. It's like the book talks about like different approaches, and one of the approaches is like saying our story. And I learned that like saying our story to people, like they can relate to it, and they can be like, oh, like I'm not the only one that feels like that, like it brings them closer, like, to, in a way. It's like, oh, it's saying like I went through it too, so like they also went through it, so it's okay. But at the end of the day, like we're called to evangelize people, to evangelize. So that's basically what this book talks about, is becoming a contagious Christians to evangelize. So yes, thank you.